Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I just wanted to go over the number one SAT grammar tip for those grammar problems that are in the reading and writing sections, those two modules that go over that. And so again, I'm Percy Gates, Percy the tutor, and like I said, I've been giving SAT math advice and reading and writing advice for the past 8 years at this point. And so just as a result of observing students go through the process and as a result of looking at the problems and the questions myself, I've been able to cultivate some kind of more generalized, larger scale tips that can help you guys out on the SAT. And so when it comes to the grammar section, it's very tempting to, when you're reading these problems, to look at how the words are listed on the page, right? When you're reading the problem or the question on the computer screen, a lot of times certain wording and certain answers or certain questions will look good because it looks like it has a nice kind of wordy, thorough, maybe sophisticated style of writing or explanation. But what I've found though is sometimes, especially when you're looking at the types of grammar problems where you may have, two options that are grammatically correct, but then one is kind of more simply worded and then the other one looks a little bit more concentrated and wordy. It's really funny because a lot of times the wordy option will actually look the best on the when you're reading it on the screen, right? But it turns out that a lot of the times the SAT makers, they bias answers towards the ones that are the more simply worded versions of an answer. So what I mean by that is they just say things more in a matter-of-fact way. So let's just say answer option A is the more matter-of-fact version, and then answer option B is the wordy version. Answer option B will look really good when you're reading it physically on the screen, but then answer option A, if you were to sound it out loud in your head, sounds a lot cleaner, sounds a lot simpler, just more to the point in general. And so here's my piece of advice. Here's the number one tip, is to act like you're sounding out everything aloud in your head. All right. So obviously you can't speak out loud during the test. You'll get kicked out of the test room. Definitely don't do that. But if you if you act like you're sounding it out loud, the answer options in your head, you'll be able to determine whether something sounds kind of like, simply put and straightforward and nice and clear and concise. Or if something wordy sounds, I don't know, maybe it has some messed up grammar in it. Maybe it sounds awkward. For example, like if you pictured yourself saying a really wordy sentence to one of your friends in conversation, it just wouldn't sound really good, would it? And so the SAT really kind of biases against those answers. So again, just to clarify, sound everything out in your head. That can not only, clarify which is a better answer between a simple and a highly wordy answer, usually the simple one. And it can also, in some cases, can clear up grammar errors as well. Like maybe when you sound something out loud in your head, you hear there's more of a natural rhythm to the pauses in a sentence, right? And pauses are usually given to us by commas, in some cases Oxford commas too. And yeah, just really it helps you sort of distinguish like, okay, should there be a pause there? Should there not be? Because again, if you look at the paper, if you look at the screen, because now they're all digital tests, it's sometimes hard to tell whether there should be a pause there or not. It really takes sounding it out loud to be able to determine whether that is needed or not. So, yep. So long story short, sound everything out in your head if you can. If you're confused or are stuck between two answers, just keep that in mind. I would do this especially on the grammar or the writing questions. And yeah, so just give it a try in your practice and see you next time.